There are a lot of things to consider before starting out agric business in Nigeria. My name is Maria Havila and I am an agric entrepreneur. I make a lot of money through agric business. I help people invest in agriculture and I have been in the business actively for 5 years and I have opened my company for almost 3 years. So if you like this kind of content, you want to invest in agriculture, you have seen and you are convinced beyond every reasonable doubt that agric investment and agriculture is lucrative, especially now in Nigeria, and it is possible for you to do it. Here are some of the things that you should consider, before launching out. Number one, agriculture is seasonal. You cannot get everything the same day. You have to wait for seasons. Do you understand? You have to wait for season. Everything is seasonal when it comes to agriculture. You cannot just say in let's say August, I want to have dried corn. Yes, you would have it, but guess what? You will now have it in like double the price that it was being sold and traded for in December and January and probably February. Everything is seasonal. You need to understand the seasons. I have made a video, I think last year or 2 years ago, about the various seasons where things are surplus in Nigeria and where to get them and the major markets. I have made that video. You can just check it out or I'll add it to the playlist. Now, when you understand the season, you should understand the environment where it is surplus and the environment where you can get it without stress, and the types that are popular within that environment. I'm going to explain. So let's say for instance I want to buy granite. I want to trade in granite. I want to buy granite and I want to buy granite in Adamawa. The granite in Adamawa is very different from the granite you find in Kano and Sokoto and other parts of Nigeria. Actually, within the northeast, basically in Adamawa we have two different types of granite. We have Kampala and we have Ainihi. Ainihi is that plain one that I see it brown. It has just brown color and that's it. Then Kampala is the one that has is I think maroon, or like I don't know what color to call it. It has white dots on it. That is the kind of granite that we have. Then in Edo State, you now have those big granites, those ones that come in like 3 and 4. They form in multiple seeds. That is that you need to understand it, because you cannot say, oh, I want to buy this thing and I want, no, you have to calm down and understand what type you want, if it's available in that region. That's number one. Oh, that's number two, right? Number three, you would have to understand the market and the bags and packaging. Oh, now packaging in agriculture is very different. You see, in the southern part of Nigeria, you can measure in Congo, Derica, paint buckets. I think these are like the three major ones you will measure in: Congo, Derica, paint buckets. In the northern part of Nigeria, we measure in mudu, we measure in tiers, and there are different types of mudus. So mudu in northeast and northwest are very different from the mudu you find in north central, and I'm going to explain. So the mudu we have in northeast is twice the mudu we have here in north central. That's Abuja and some part of Nasarawa, Kaduna, Plateau States, all of that. Now, the mudu we have in the northwest is the same mudu we have in north central. That one that we have the northeast, oh god, does this seem too much? Let me break it down. So I'm here. Let's say this is mudu in northern Nigeria. This particular mudu here, this cup, the measurement of this cup in northeast is, this is northeastern mudu. Northeastern mudu is the same thing as northwestern tier. So in the northeast, Adamawa region, Borno, Taraba, they call it mudu, while in around Kano area, northwest, they call it tier, right? Then We now have the smaller one. The smaller one is what they call Modu in Kano and northwest, and in north central. That's what they call like their normal Modu. So there are different measurements, and then there are different bags. There's Waekaika. There are different types of bags. You need to understand it and how many measures go into each bag. So for instance, if I'm buying a bag that will tell you, oh, it's 100 tier that is inside that bag, best believe in North Central, that 100 tier is like 200 tiers. And maybe the one that they tell you is 100 tiers in Kano, they'll tell you is 100 mudu here in Northeast, and the bag is smaller. They are different types of bags. I will try as much as I can to go to the market one of these days and explain this so that you would understand how the measurement happens. So that you're not telling me, oh, I want 1 ton. Now, let's move on to 1 ton and 100 kgs. All of you that used to reach, I want 100 kg of, hold on. Most market people who trade for just buying and selling do not operate in kilograms and tons. Kilogram and tons only applies to people who are trading with companies. Are you listening to me now? Kilogram and tons only applies to supply for organized companies. If you pass that one, in the market, they measure by bag, by tier, by Congo, by whatever. That's how they measure. So now that you understand, how the measurement works for tier, for bag, and all that. Now, the bag that we have in Plateau State, let's say in Faringada market, might not necessarily be the same bag that they have in Nkatako market in the same Plateau State. So you need to understand, you need to see, oh, this is the bag type, this is how many measures it can contain, and this is how many tiers. So most times you have to ask for like translation. You have to now, oh, this is 100 tier. How many tier makes a Congo? You need to understand. Me, I don't know how those Congo things work. Now that we have that in the clear, another thing you need to put in perspective when starting agric business is it is not cheap. I have people tell me, oh, it's from the north. So because it's from the north and it's popular in the north, you expect it to be sold for 200 naira, something that they're selling 5,000 naira in Lagos. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. Oh, I thought it was going to be cheaper in the north. Of course it is cheaper in the north, but it is not sand. The cost of agric production in Nigeria is on the increase, same as every other thing is on the increase. So you just sit down and tell me, oh Maria, I thought it was going to be cheaper. Of course it's cheaper. Of course it's cheaper. But the prices are controlled. I do not own the market, so I cannot go and say, okay, a bag of pepper was bought for 90,000, 85,000 last year. Pepper. You think, oh, it's pepper, it should be sold for 200 naira. It is ridiculous how people think, but it is what it is. These are some of the things that you should put in perspective in starting agric business. Things that you should know before launching out, so that you not say, oh, what's the least amount I can invest? Oh, let's even talk about how much you can invest in agric business. When people talk about, oh, how much can I invest? I say to them, it depends on what you are buying. If I say, okay, you can invest 200,000. If you are buying a bag of corn, and a bag of corn went for as high as 40,000, 35,000, you know that, let's say hypothetically, a bag of corn is 30,000. With 200,000 naira, how many bags can you buy? With 200,000 naira, you can only buy 6 bags for corn. If you now want to buy pepper, you can only buy 2 bags. I have change. And now in buying, now that you understand that how much to invest is relative, let's move on to another one. They also come with other costs. When I say, oh, I gave you 20,000 naira to buy me 1 bag, thank you very much, but who will carry it? I cannot carry 1 bag of corn. I cannot carry 10 bags of corn. You pay people who offload, upload, package, and arrange. You also pay people who keep the bag of the storage for you. You pay them ladder, and after that ladder, you now still pay the person you bought it from. Let me explain. So let's say I want to buy 20 bags of beans, right? I go into a shop and I see the 20 bags of beans I want to buy. Do you know that I will pay the person I want to buy from? Yes, that's how it's done. I will pay, let's say it's in this shop. I enter the shop, pick 20 bags. In some places you pay 500 naira per bag. In some places you pay 200 naira per bag. In some other places you pay 100 naira per bag from buying from that person. That's the person's reward for sales. Number one. Number two, I will now pay the person carrying it from that shop to another shop where I'm going to store it. Let's say, for instance, I want them to bag it and preserve it for me. Put nylon and just preserve it for me. Now I will pay them for grading. It's called grading. So I will now pay them per bag. And grading, I've made a video about grading before. You just pack them, pour tarpaulin, pour all of them together, start sacking them so that they can have the same quantity, and then you arrange. So you pay them for general work. But if I'm not paying them for that, and per bag, is they are charged per bag, let's say to carry from one place to another place, mostly 100 naira that they will charge. Okay, they are carrying this to this place, 100 naira. Now I am carrying not only to drop for you, I'm going to rebag and package for you. You're going to pay maybe 200 or 250 per bag. Can you calculate it now? Now you understand what we're talking about. Let's move on little further to selling. Most times you pay storage fee, which is 1.5. It depends. If it's a bigger bag, because of the capacity that it will take, some places will collect 2,500 naira for storage. Some places will collect 2,000 naira per bag. Yes, for the entire year. But if you're keeping it for 2 weeks, it is still for 1 year you will pay. If you're keeping it for 10 months, it's still for 1 year you pay. There's no, it's just for 6 months, you give me half. No. Good. Usually, because if somebody has stored, the person don't store be that, or the person don't move, they don't, easy when you now pack, that person now start looking for who will come and put. Most times these things are in season, so like the season where people are buying and storing, that is when you are paying for it. When it's past the season, you might not get other people that want to store. I hope you understand that. Now when it comes to selling, after selling, you now pay ladder money again per bag. So I sell 20 bags, the 20 bags that we loaded in that shop, because I don't have my own storage facility. When I'm selling it, I will still pay the person, the owner of the shop, aside the normal shop money. I will pay the people that will pack it outside and put it in a truck. Either I pay or the people who are buying it pay for it, but I cannot carry it by myself. If I can, then I will do it. With these few points of mine, I hope you understand some of the things that you should look out for when starting agri business. These are some of the details that people do not tell you, and they say, why you start charging me for storage? I will keep them for my house. Let's briefly now talk about logistics. People now tell you, can you transport? Oh my god, I want to get a logistics expert to come and talk about storage and logistics in Nigeria. That is one of the biggest problem that we have. They'll tell you, I live in Aba, how can I get it? It's cheap market deal that can help me answer this question. I'll try to reach out to him so that we can talk about transportation on my channel, so that he can explain to people how it works. It is crazy. You see that it's just 20 bags I want. Okay, who will go to the market, pick it up for you? You get a van. It's mostly advised that if you have your own truck, it's easier, because small logistics that you transport from here to here, all those riders, they will frustrate you. Is it when like 20,000 bags are on the road that you will rest? As much as it looks scary and big, it's not that difficult, but you just choose your area and focus on it. I hope with these few points of mine, you are convinced that there are things that you should know and understand about agribusiness. If you do not know, I have a free course on here free. All my videos here are free. And if you want a little more detailed video on how to start the most lucrative aspect of agri business in Nigeria and how it works, I have a Telegram course which is going for 30,000 naira. If you want a one-on-one consultation with me, it costs just 25,000 naira. And if you want to join my community of people who I invest for, who I find the best and easiest ways and forms of investment and various investment opportunities agri business, and I tell them about it, and they give me money, I do it for them, and I give them back their money, and I take 10% out of it. You can join our community. Thank you for watching thus far, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.